Okay, new spot today. I'm on Ford Road. I actually came by here about 2 weeks ago to check it out, and I looked over the edge of the bridge here, and you can see there's really no shallow water here. It's pretty deep, so I was figuring this bridge is probably not in the same spot that the Ford originally was. So I went home and got the maps out and looked, and sure enough, the Ford is actually downstream about a quarter of a mile. So we're going to bebop on down the creek here, check the banks, and see if we can find the Ford, and hopefully there'll be a few relics or coins or something neat for us to find. Okay, so I'm working my way down the creek here, and I was hoping this bank would be huntable, but as you can see, it's just really muddy. So that's not too good. There'd be a lot of cans and stuff washed up in here. I'm sinking up to my ankles, so I think what I'll do is cross back to the other side if I can. It's getting a little deep down here though, so. And it's cold, man. It's like, you know, almost October now, so the water's freaking freezing. And there's a sewer outfall just above me, so I really don't want to get too wet. But yeah, I'll try to get over on the other side. That field over there, or the corners, that was a big Indian camp. So what we'll do is we'll cross back over. We'll walk down through the corn down toward where the Ford should be. And of course, it should be real shallow there. So maybe we'll find an arrowhead or something over in that field on the way. Let's check it out over there. All right, this looks a lot better down here. About a quarter mile below the bridge. Walked through the cornfield. I did not find anything else of interest, just some flakes. But you can see it's a lot shallower here. And some rocks on the other side. A lot of times they'll use those areas when they came down with their wagons and whatnot to get across. And some bigger rocks in here. And some bedrock. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Let's check this out in here. This shoreline over here is not going to be too good. You can see there's a big gravel bar here. So anything that's good here is going to be underneath all that gravel. Be hard to dig, and there'll be a lot of cans. But that other shore over there looks pretty decent. Looks like it's pretty well swept clean with the floods. Especially that bank right there. That really interests me right there. So, see what we can do. This grass is pretty neat looking. Look at that stuff. It's like it's waving at you. See what it looks like underwater. This is actually a new camera. I haven't used it yet, so I guess we're going to find out if it's waterproof. Pretty hard to hold it steady. The current's pretty swift here, but let's go to that bank and start there. Yeah. It's an animal trap. Been here a while, that's not too exciting. Hoping to find a horseshoe or two, just to verify that this was a Ford. I haven't found any yet, but I'm going to keep digging some of these iron signals. That's pretty cool though. Here's my first real good non-ferrous signal. Right there, reading 62 to 68 or so. Oh, I don't know what that is. Try to find out with a pinpoint here. Well, it's my first piece of junk. Well, non-ferrous junk anyway. Well, here's my first horseshoe. See, it's broken. A lot of times you'll find broken horseshoes in the Fords. That's a good way to tell you're right on track. You notice here where my feet are, you see this is solid rock. And it trends up that way, right across the creek that direction. So this is where they would have crossed, kind of diagonal in the current. So I suspect we'll find some more. Okay, that's it for me today here. Hunted here a couple hours, didn't find a whole lot. Did find one little keeper. A bunch of broken horseshoes and one whole horseshoe and a bunch of junk. I'll show you what I found here real quick. Using the Garrett AT Gold again today. As you can see, I got a bunch of horseshoes in here, these broken ones. Like I always tell you guys, if you're looking for fords and you're not finding these horseshoes, you haven't found the ford yet, so you'll always find a lot of broken ones. This is just a minor ford too, it's not very big. I'm not on a major road, and you can see all the horseshoes I found. I actually found a bunch more than that, but I didn't keep them. Animal trap, an old stereo, some junk. Nothing too exciting there, except for one bullet that is in here somewhere. There he is. One little fired, if I get on the shade here, one little fired mini ball. Little 3-ringer. Not much to it, but probably my only keeper. I'm going to go ahead and leave the rest here in the hole for the next guy, so I can't carry all this out. I got a ways to hike today, so got about another hour or two before it starts to get cold, so I'm going to head upstream a ways and see if I can find anything up there. It's a lot deeper though, so I don't have my hopes up. But if I find something, I'll let you know. Thanks for hanging out with me.